How to know if you made the right decision. As someone in the past who really questioned every decision I made, I was like, I would make a big decision related to something in my life, and I'd be like, oh, I did that wrong, I made the wrong decision. So in this video, I plan to show you 2 things that you can reflect on to really help you understand, did you make the right decision or did you make the wrong decision? Or is there even a right or wrong decision? And on top of that, I plan to show you in the 3rd point, some things that if you feel like you made the wrong decision, things that can help you move on past that in a really good mindset that'll calm your anxiety and calm your stress. With that being said, I promise you by the end of this video, you will understand if you made the right decision and how to calm your stress and your anxiety related to that. My name is Richardson, coach here at Life in Your Terms. I share this information, I share this knowledge to hopefully pass on these lessons so you can learn these quicker than I ever could. So with that being said, the first thing that you can reflect on is that did this decision align with your values and in your goals? A coaching client of mine quit her job recently, and it was the right decision to make, but it was a very hard decision. And it was the right decision because she cared about customers first. She was a customer service team lead, and the company she was with did not put the customer service first. They put the money first. So for her, it was a hard decision to make, but it was the right decision to leave that job because it did not align with her values. On top of that, another way you can look at is how does this decision affect your short-term or your long-term goals? Is it in line with that? So for her, short-term, maybe financially it wouldn't have been aligned with that, but I guarantee she feels a lot less anxious, she feels a lot less stressed because it's in line with her values. So short-term it makes sense, and long-term it makes sense because she wants to make impact in the customer she interacts with. So with her short-term and long-term goals, it made complete sense to leave her job. And another thing you can consider with values and with goals is to ask yourself, does this align with your purpose and your one thing? A good example for me is that I chose not to go to master's school to go be a therapist. And yes, that would have aligned with my purpose. That would have aligned with my one thing. But those 3 years of being in school, of master's school, would have been a potential waste of time where I'm not out here helping people like I am now. And so looking at it, I can understand that I made the right decision because I chose to start helping people immediately as a coach, and I will continue to do that. And I'm not wasting the 3 years in school not doing that. The second thing you can consider when understanding if you made the right or wrong decision is to look at the immediate outcomes that you face, or the long-term outcomes and consequences that are a result of making that decision. So one way is to look at the immediate feedback that you get from your relationship, your professional, your health, or your resources. So maybe you make a decision of working out and you're like, yeah, this is gonna be a time commitment, this is gonna be hard, but it's something that I wanna do and it's important to me. In your relationships, you may get feedback like, oh my gosh, it's so good that you're choosing to go to the gym, so you're a healthy person, you're gonna live longer. In your professional life, maybe you get more respect when people find out that you go to the gym. With your health, maybe you have more energy and you feel better. And with resources, yes, you may take a hit on time, but overall, I think it'll actually help you gain more resources because you'll be sharper and you'll be more fit. And so that would be a good way to evaluate the outcomes and the consequences of you choosing to go to the gym. That's a pretty easy example, but you can apply it to really anywhere. What immediate feedback do you get in those 4 areas? Now, on top of the immediate feedback you get, what learning experiences are you going to get as a result of making this decision? Maybe you decide to quit your job and start a business. What amazing learning experiences will you gain from this regardless of the outcomes? Maybe the business doesn't work out, but you get to test your mettle. You get to test and learn so many different aspects of the business that then make you so much more valuable for your next job if you choose to go into that. For me, an example as a coach is that I was not making decisions about responding and committing to times with my clients, and it actually costed me a client. So that was a poor decision for me to not make a decision, but it taught me so much, and it was actually not the right decision, but potentially could be argued that it was the right decision because in the future I don't have to make that mistake with a bigger client or a higher paying client or a client that's more of a perfect fit that I can make a better impact in their lives. So in that regard, maybe I made the right decision of getting that out of the way early. Now, on top of that, another thing you can look at with outcomes and consequences is what is the resource cost of you making this decision? So maybe you want to quit a job and you're really torn between these two jobs, staying at the job you're at or going to this new job. What is going to be the time cost on that? Well, you're going to have to interview, you're going to have to learn all the new things. It's like 6 months of onboarding, you really think you're settled in at any job. What's the energy cost? Maybe the current job you're at is zapping your energy. This new opportunity could give you that newfound energy. And what is the money cost? Maybe this new job will pay you more. And so you can evaluate what is the resource cost in making this decision. Now, on top of the outcomes and consequences, one final thing that you can evaluate within the resources is that how are you feeling leading up to the decision and making this decision? If you have to have a really hard conversation with your partner or with your business partner or with a friend, how do you feel during it, after it? If you feel relieved, if you feel happy, if you feel at peace, I can almost guarantee you made the right decision to have that conversation. And I think that goes with anything. If you make a decision and after you feel very relieved, you feel very at peace, you probably made the right decision that was true to you. So the third and final piece, maybe you feel like you didn't make the right decision after looking through these things, after reflecting on your values, reflecting on your goals, reflecting on your resources, reflecting on the outcomes, you feel like you made the wrong decision. That's okay. We make wrong decisions all the time. And so if you feel like you made the wrong decision, no matter what, unfortunately, there is nothing that you can do now but learn from it. If you made the wrong decision with the job, if you made the wrong decision with a relationship, if you made the wrong decision with a client, like I did, there's nothing I could do but learn from that. And I know every decision is debatable if it was right or wrong. As I said earlier, that maybe I made the right decision with my client by not making a decision and figuring it out early, but there was nothing that I could do but learn from that. It's the same thing for you. If you feel like you made the wrong decision, there's nothing that you can do but learn from it. On top of that, you can ask yourself the question will this decision matter in 5 years? Probably not. Probably what you're stressing over, it probably won't be that big of a deal in your life in 5 years from now. And you'll actually probably look back and be like, you know what? That just made a better story. And for me, I know that's how I see it. With any mistake I made with clients, with any hardship in this coaching journey, I know when I look back, it just aids in a better story. And you can see your life as the same way. On top of this, one final thing that I would like you to do is to actually laugh at yourself. I had this instance a while ago, as a social instance, where I made a mistake. I made the wrong decision. And with that, I just had to look back on it and just laugh at myself and ask myself, what was I thinking? It made it so much easier for me to accept and understand that I made the wrong decision, but it won't matter in 5 years, and I just shouldn't take myself as seriously. So that was how do you know if you made the right decision? If you feel like you made the wrong decision, that's okay. You just learn from it. With that being said, if you will like, comment, and subscribe, it really helps the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.